Hello, everyone. My name is Shawnee Beni, and welcome to this week's edition of Witness TV. Today, I am joined by Pietermaritzburg's very own Granny soccer team. They have made strides in the last year of their existence. And joining me today is the two women who have made this possible. And they are Bunny Bula and Ranitha Phillips. Ranitha and Bunny, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Shanae. This is most interesting and exciting.
And just, as I've been preparing for this podcast as well, Bunny, I've been thinking about how far and how long I've known you since the start of my career till now. I mean, this is a long way. We're now at a podcast together.
Absolutely. This is why I'm so fascinated about it, because I think the journey has been amazing. Yes. And you have been one of our staunch supporters. Yes. In whether it was to tourism or through the Grannies Soccer and in all other initiatives.
Now, Bunny is Pietermaritzburg's tourism queen, if I can call her that. And also Ranitha has been in the hair industry for almost 40 years. And they've just told me that through their network, they were able to gather the women for the Granny soccer team. Now, how this came about is Bunny was invited by Rebecca Tanwisi, who started Granny Soccer, and she invited you on a trip to Mauritius. So take us through that trip and how it got us to a year later.
Well, I think, Shanae, it's been absolutely interesting. I firstly didn't know a thing about soccer apart from watching the family boys looking at Manchester and Liverpool and everyone, and I didn't bother very much. And then I received a call from a very good tourism colleague in Zanin, and she said to me that would I consider joining her to Mauritius. And it was a fully hosted trip, and it was with part of a soccer team where they wanted to have some tourism people in it, and that's how this whole story began. Initially, I must be honest, I thought it was a hoax. I really didn't believe it because I couldn't understand where does soccer fit into it.
Yes.
Into tourism. But then how it's amazing in a year's time. We've seen the match is too good. It's excellent. So off we, Ranitha, well, they accepted us to participate. And then they asked for a few more ladies' names. Mm-hmm. And we submitted Ranitha's and other people's. And by good fortune, Ranitha was also selected. So the two of us took our transport and went to Joburg. Arrived at OR Tambo, totally oblivious of what was going to hit us.
Oh, what was awaiting you guys? Because those videos, man, the celebration.
Well, leave the celebration. There was a Nike desk, and there was an Adidas desk, and there was khakis being given to us, and shorts and tracksuits. And it was like we were totally dumbfounded. What was this all about? It was like getting Christmas presents at the airport. We couldn't even hold all these things.
It wasn't a hoax after all.
Not at all. We couldn't even hold all these things. And we had to go into the bathroom and change and come out in our tracksuits. So it was an amazing experience because people were taking photographs of us and we didn't even know how to kick a ball, but we were suddenly thrown into all this.
You were wearing a soccer kit.
We put on our tracksuits, and then thereafter SAA was just amazing. They had all their vuvuzelas, and there was happiness, and people were singing, and there was a billboard where all of us went and stood and took photos. And then they welcomed everyone onto the flight. And I can tell you, when you have a group of older ladies making noise with excitement, it definitely beats the men. Without doubt. You could hear us a mile away. We didn't know what was really happening.
I think it was the excitement.
It was so much of excitement. Because you were meeting people you didn't know, first of all. I just knew one person, and it was Audrey Kruger from Zanin, who was instrumental in getting us involved in it. Apart from that, this whole new world of Nike and Adidas kits and everything was very new to us. Huh?
You were kitted out in
We
new
were
brands.
kitted out. We were like going to the World Cup, girl. We were not just going to Mauritius.
It was your version of the World Cup, basically.
Well, I can tell you when we came back home with the cup, that was another story.
I remember.
Absolutely. That was a real story. And I think that's where the seeds were planted. Because when we got to Mauritius, there was a workshop on active aging. And they spoke about the benefits of being involved in this kind of sport, especially the health benefits and the sisterhood and the network of people that you get involved in. And of course, it took on a different dimension.
Absolutely.
Because when we came back, it was as though we were meant to do something like this.
Absolutely.
So Ranita will tell you about what happened in Mauritius.
Now, Ranitha, I know that once you guys got back, you were the person pushing for. I remember I even did the notice in the paper to say,
Yes,
"Come,
you did.
ladies, there's going to be a granny soccer team formation. If you're interested, come and join." And I remember when I phoned you, I think about a few weeks later, you said, "Wow, there was such a turnout." And what's it been like since then?
Well, when we came back, I think we ourselves were so excited because we won. And like we said, we never kicked a ball in our lives. And as we came through the airport with these medals and we felt we were professional soccer players. But of course, I came from a family who they played soccer and they were in awe that they didn't get a chance to go to Mauritius and mum went to Mauritius. So that was very
Without playing
disappointing.
soccer.
My son played professional, Calvin plays professional, and they were sitting at home and I was in Mauritius. But apart from that, when we got back, it was amazing. It was just that feeling of saying, well, look, I've always trained. I've always been to gym. I've always kept myself active. And I just felt this is such an amazing way when I looked at the ladies in Limpopo and we realized they didn't have facilities. They had plain, ordinary grounds. And here we were in Maritzburg with better grounds. And that's when we decided, why not? Of course, it was fun. Everyone laughed at us and they said, oh, you're going to go play soccer. What do you all know about soccer? But we said, we're going to try. And we kind of reinvented ourselves. And I can still remember you interviewed us and put the article and we were waiting for this response. And lo and behold, they came. Clients that worked with us for all the years, we started passing the word around. And we said, come join, reinvent yourself. Instead of sitting at home and waiting to die. Or you're
much
sitting
more
at
to do.
home
Yes.
and nobody knocks at your door. You've forgotten. And I think that was one of the turning points.
Now, you've just returned from Cape Town. And what has that been like for you? Because from starting, from when you guys came back to now coming back from Cape Town where you've just played, you guys won a match, you lost a match, you drew a match. What's it been like?
Oh, it was amazing. It was unreal to be standing there with all these ladies and you're looking at everyone that's above 60 to 75. Wow. And you think, how amazing is this that these ladies are all on the ground. And their supporters, all their families, their husbands are sitting or their grandchildren sitting in the stands. But I think what was nice for us also, the highlight was to meet Desiree Ellis, the coach of Banyana team. And, she was very supportive and, she encouraged the ladies a lot and she was proud of the ladies. So I think for them it was like, unbelievable. Some of them have never flown in a plane. Some of them have never left the province. So for them it was soccer and, of course, it was trying to see a bit of Cape Town.
And from the pictures I've seen, I've seen that you guys were parading in your outfits and so forth.
Yes, we were walking everywhere in our kits. But we had some teams that came from Limpopo that looked like Orlando Pirates teams and they wore those kits and every day they walked around Cape Town in those kits and we said, you guys are shaking Cape Town. No, but it was a lot of fun and it was a great team building exercise.
Yeah, no.
Because I think now we've really gelled as a team. We understand everyone's strengths
It's a
and
sisterhood,
weakness.
basically.
Yes.
So, being back in PMB and you're promoting the message of, as you said, do something more, be active. What message are you sending to the community?
Well, we're saying reinvent yourself. It does not mean because you've retired that that's the end of life. It's your choice. It could be the beginning of life. I mean, for us, this is unbelievable. We're wearing these tracksuits, we're wearing all these things, and suddenly we realize, you know what? We're just not grannies anymore. Yes, we are still grannies, but we're working grannies. We are playing soccer grannies. So there's a lot we're doing, and also we're doing a lot of fundraising. So there's a lot of fun in between. I think-
Absolutely.
yeah, so
I've seen you guys on the field and playing, and I've seen the sisterhood between all of you as you support each other and say, okay, let's do this, or let's do it this way. And it's absolutely amazing to see and to know that both of you, and along with the team, have created this in our communities is amazing.
I think each of the ladies come with a special gift. And each of them in their own right, they are powerful. Don't play with a granny. So we have these amazing ladies with us who know exactly what they want. And they're still coming to join us. We see new faces, new faces coming in. And you realize, oh, she can play. Wow. You suddenly feel intimidated, like you're not good enough. Whereas it's not a competition at all.
It's just about helping each other.
It's about helping each other. It's just about keeping fit.
And I've seen that you also have joined a boot camp.
Yes, we have.
For this, and this is when I spoke to Coach Peterson the last time, he said this has really helped the women.
No, it has. It has. Because they really put us through our paces. They obviously invited us to come in and get prepared for the tournament. And I can tell you, this was on another level where the coach couldn't get us to run as fast. This guy really got us going. But I think it really helped us. So in a way, we expanding. I mean, where did we think we going to boot camp? We didn't even know what boot camp was. But I think the ladies are enjoying it.
I think
Absolutely.
what I just like to add is that from a very small grouping of women, we have realized in a year we've all developed and transformed. Now we know we are a fully fledged, bona fide club with good professional soccer players. We might not be as professional as Ronaldo and all that.
Or Messi.
But we know what we're doing. And we understand that, people need to be committed if they want to come and join in. Like initially, people will come and join us, and after 2 sessions, 3 sessions, they'll drop out. Now we're having rules that we are a proper organized club. You will come in and you'll join in, and you need to adhere to the rules. So that's the most important thing, is we're putting some discipline into it, and hopefully it will influence other ladies. And also more important is that we're aspiring, hopefully, to go to the World Cup in Mexico as a team. So we're not going to play, but we're going to enjoy the atmosphere.
I was about to ask what's next for the Soccer Grannies, and I didn't
We
think
have great inspirations. Our goals are suddenly very big. I was in Perth and I met up with this, they call it senior football. I met up with them and they have invited us to the Asia Games. But this year was too soon for us to raise funds for everybody to go to the Asia Games. But the Asia Games is for all seniors, and they call it walking football. And it's Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, India, all the Asian country, Bali, and the event is going to be at Bali. So next year we're going there.
So if you were a granny and you knew you were going to Mexico, would you sleep?
no,
Exactly.
absolutely not.
You'd start packing your bag or your soccer
1 month
boots.
before,
Exactly.
all the outfits.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you in our studios.
Thank you for having us. It's been fun.
Thank you for listening to our story. And hopefully it's going to motivate and inspire others to join.
Absolutely. Any words for those who'd like to join? Where can they join you guys?
I think basically call Ranita.
Yeah, we're waiting for you. We are waiting for you.
Well, not for me, but for the grannies.
Anyone that's over 60, they're more than welcome to come and join. I think a lot of them feel intimidated when you say we're playing soccer. So we say, just come in, even if you don't touch the ball, but the fact that you're running and breathing,
That's enough.
important.
That's enough.
That's enough. So we're waiting for them.
Definitely. Thank you, ladies, once again.
Thanks for having us.
We've just spoken to Bunny Bula and her sister Ranitha Phillips, who have been the brainchild behind Pietermaritzburg Soccer Grannies. And joining me now is Coach Calvin Peterson and one of the oldest players, Raj Senjavaraj. Lovely to have you today.
Good day.
Coach, you know, you've mentioned that you've been in football for many years as a professional player and as a coach. What was it like working with grandmothers for the first time?
Well, it's challenging, but they responded very well to the instructions that I gave them. And it wasn't an easy job, but what made me love them even more is how they improved the game. They improved from day to day, and I used to try and get them off the discipline way, where I give them yellow cards and never got to a red card yet.
What did you give them the yellow cards for? Was it just
For not listening sometimes.
Talking.
Talking.
Too much talking?
Too much talking. Because, I mean, my mother was a single lady, and she taught us, always respect ladies, because I'm your mother.
Absolutely. And I guess the only way to keep them in check was to use a yellow card.
A yellow card. Yes, so true. Because I can't chase them, I can't shout at them. And so I have to discipline them in a different way. Because coming from a professional setup, it's different, where you get sworn at and so on.
This was handled with care.
This is handled with care. Yes.
Fragile.
But not so fragile in the soccer field.
Yes, not so fragile on the soccer field, because it's a simple exercise where you say pass and move, pass and move. But then you have to be very gentle. And I mean, I don't know what they thought of me, because they used to take their chances. Then I just blow the whistle and said, run. So
you've been working with these women, women who have never played soccer, you know, not an active lifestyle, and to see them come from that point to where they've been. You guys have just returned from a soccer match in Cape Town, and to seeing them win matches against, I believe that they also played against professional players as well. So to see them come so far, what was that like for you?
it was brilliant to see that these ladies that haven't kicked a ball in their life can listen to instructions, pass the ball, pass with the left, pass with the right. It's amazing, because from here it's just up for them, because they're not looking back, and which makes my job very easy, because we're looking at Mexico now apparently, and then the tournament in Kenya.
Yes.
I think that's the World Cup, the next World Cup.
Wow.
So I think they're going to be much better.
So it's Kenya that's coming up. Wow. Quite a journey you guys have already been on. Limpopo, some of you Mauritius, Cape Town, and now Kenya before Mexico. So that's quite a journey. I'm sure there's been, it's a bunch of grannies each of them are, for the first time, they're experiencing things on the field and laughter. What were some of the most memorable moments for you on the soccer field?
Okay, I would say my mother, she taught me as I was growing up, always respect and treat women the way they should be treated. And it came easy because my mother was a single parent, But there's some incident, I think we were in Limpopo, and I told the captain of the team to dive. Now, there's a strategy that you do if you want to talk to your teammates or to your players, and they can't hear you while the game is on. So you use a strategy where you say, get one of your players to dive. But what I didn't realize that they could get hurt, So I called the captain and I said, run onto the field and dive. And I can tell you this, it was the most funniest thing that happened because she didn't know how to fall. She didn't know how to dive, and I just wanted her to sit down. But she jumped up and fell down, so I couldn't get to them. And that will stick in my head for a very, very long time.
Did she eventually learn how to dive?
She refused. She said to me, don't ever, coach, tell me to do that.
Some memorable, some real moments of laughter and fun. And I'm sure the camaraderie between you and the women, you have this great understanding that, as you say, you were taught to treat women with care. And I'm sure they must be so grateful to have someone who teaches them, with care. And if they do something wrong, I'm sure you don't shout at them and make them feel like,
Yes.
they can't do it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because when you look at it, women are being treated so badly. Young kids get raped, stabbed, men beat up their wives and their girlfriends, which is it's a sad thing. Because that should never happen. There should be laughter. There should be fun, And I hope they do, because in my vocabulary, it's you respect women.
Absolutely.
That is no, you don't go overboard. And I think maybe that is also how they look at me, because I show them all the respect
That they deserve.
they deserve it.
Raj, you being one of the senior members of the team at 73, you've also conquered cancer. What has this journey been like for you? What made you decide to lace up your boots and, also stick to the journey? You didn't just start and it's now a whole year later. You've been working with Coach Peterson.
Yeah, being in the team, there's teamwork, and each player is unique and has his own strengths and weaknesses. When you are playing in the game, you realize people's weaknesses and strengths, and you learn from each one. And being a team member and having coach as our coach, he's very firm, soft. And if one starts to talk and you're not listening to him, so he doesn't just punish here, he punishes the whole lot. So we all have to run to the end of the ground and come back. So now, as soon as someone is talking, we usually tell them, stop, coach is going to punish us now. We can't be taking your punishment. So we have now learned that we cannot allow to do
Behave or run.
Behave. And for me,
what pushes me to come every day for training, every Saturday for training, is just meeting new people and having that laughter, that enjoyment, that sharing. And coach gives us positive reinforcement. If you do well, he'll praise you and tell you, well done, well done. It may not seem that's a lot for others, but for each of us, it does boost your morale to say, hey, wow, I'm doing well now. I must impress coach, keep going and try harder each time. So that's what it is. It's going for training and trying to improve your skills. And, I think I've come from nowhere. I never played soccer in my life. And I think I have really improved physically and mentally, as I say, because your mental health also is not just your body, it's your body and mind that works together. And you have more positive setback now, knowing that you are going somewhere. There's something up there for you that you can reach to. And we are all reaching. There's a goal for us, and we're going to achieve that goal. And I think that's where we are now, trying to achieve, individually reaching our own goals in soccer.
Definitely. And at this age, you're playing football, you're traveling.
Yeah, that's a good thing with traveling, and I love traveling. It's in my blood, it's my stars, and I think I've got good family support. Not only my children, my in-laws, my friends, and the rest of the family, the extended family, are so supportive of where I'm going. They actually joined me. My niece joined me for Limpopo. She supported me as a supporter, and my kids came to Cape Town and joined us and supported us. So I got full family support, and everybody is so proud of me. And that also boosts your morale, and you want to keep going on soccer and seeing places and improving your skills.
That must have been so beautiful for you to be able to run on the field, kick a ball, and then your family is there admiring you and supporting you.
Yes, that, I've got a granddaughter, the elder granddaughter, and she doesn't talk much, but she came up to me and she said, wow, Granny, you play so well. I didn't realize you play. And that really, meant something for me. It's not just coach telling me you played well. There's somebody that's an outsider that never saw me play. And she's saying now you played. And I had also a family member from Cape Town that lives in Cape Town, and he came over and took pics with us and said, you're doing so well. Physically, you feel so fit on the ground. You don't have your aches and pains anymore. All those negative things that you have goes away, and you concentrate on that ball and the skills and knowledge that coach has given us. We're using it and remembering what he says as it comes. And I think that's the way to go forward.
Absolutely. Raj, there's, quite a sisterhood that's been formed between all of the ladies. And, having been a cancer survivor, and there being others on the team who have also come a long way with their ailments and so forth, what message are you sending out to the community?
To the community, we wish that all of us, not only myself, as grannies, inspire other ladies to take part in sports. It doesn't have to be soccer, but being active, having a healthy lifestyle, it improves you totally, not just in one aspect of your life, but in all spheres of your life. And being there as a granny, it also motivates the children that are having negative things on drugs, abuse and things. To now, we are trying as grannies to go and be curtain raisers in certain matches in Maritzburg. So these kids can see we as older grannies what we are doing with our lives. So we hope to inspire them to take part in sports and don't have negative attitudes towards sports, but be more positive and forget their drug addiction and whatever other negative things they're having.
That's beautiful, Raj. The team is absolutely inspiring. And just from sitting here and speaking to you both, I can see the change that this has brought about, not only personally, but also in the community, because you say that now your grandkids are watching this. So this will inspire the youth to, be active, try other things, because, it can take you anywhere.
It's taken us so far, so far. So I'm sure there are places that we can still go and achieve our goals.
Absolutely.
Just have to be positive and have coach behind us
Definitely.
with his yellow card.
I wonder if any of you are going to hide that red card so it doesn't get there.
I don't think he'll get there. It's not that bad a coach.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. You're welcome.
Thanks for having us, Shanae.
Thank you.